Hello! So, I am kind of back to my normal self. Mostly, if you could ever consider me normal in the first place. I don't know. Anyways, I'm mostly back to normal. I only had like a 48-hour period of like severe depression and horrible thoughts and darkness and despair. But I am totally fine now. So, today I want to share with you a list of legitimate but irrational yet hilarious fears that I have. Okay, so I will start with I am afraid to order pizza on the phone. Like to actually call and talk to an actual person. I wouldn't say like I'm afraid of it, but I would prefer to avoid it if I can. So, online ordering is like my saving grace. And I don't think I'm the only person who feels this way. There's like a whole generation of 20-something-year-olds who don't want to make a phone call for their pizza. So, Domino's and other locations have decided to enable our social anxiety with online ordering, and it's awesome. What else? I'm afraid that this was a legit concern I had when I had surgery. I'm afraid that during surgery that I'll get surgical instruments stuck inside me and that they won't realize. Like they'll drop something inside me and they won't know, and I'll end up with like a scalpel or like something bad stuck inside of my body. Maybe even, let's say the nurse assistant was texting her boyfriend on her phone. They're on the verge of a breakup and she accidentally leaves her phone somewhere and ends up getting sewn back in right next to my intestines or something. I don't know. I've just heard some stories, and surgery is scary enough, and that's just my imagination likes to torment me. I'm afraid of making eye contact with people. I don't like to do it. I don't like people staring at me. I don't like people looking at me for too long. Direct eye contact, eye to eye, terrifying. No. As a child, I used to have these ridiculous ideas that when I was at people's houses or even my own house, I'd be afraid that they were hiding dead bodies in their closets or under their beds or under their house, which I mean, I don't know, that might be a legitimate concern lately because, John Wayne Gacy and people like that, people who seem really normal and trustworthy, they might literally have skeletons in their closets. I don't know. What else am I scared of? I'm really scared of waitresses. Cause like I just go somewhere and I just want to order food and I just want to eat it and I don't want to have to talk to anyone. I just want to be able to relax because that uses a lot of social energy for me to carry a conversation with a person, especially if I've just met them and I don't know them or I don't know them that well, or I feel like they could do something to me or my food or whatever. I only have so much social mana to go around, and I don't want to waste it on a waitress who that sounds really rude. Yeah, like they're always talking to you and asking you how you are. One time I had a waitress like actually like kneel down next to my table and get like in my face and ask me if everything was okay because I looked like I was having a bad day, and I was having like a great day. But of course, right away my face turns red. I get really uncomfortable. I get really nervous. I'm like, oh my God, does she know that I have depression, anxiety, OCD, that I'm insane, and that I hate my life, and that I have a toxic household, and that I hate my job, and that my boyfriend's about to break up with me, and it was a bad time for me, but I was having a good day. But I don't want all my problems to show on my face or in my body language. It's a big deal for me to have this constant facade that I am in control, that I am on top of this shit, that I have my shit together. I don't want other people to know that I am a total mess, right? So this is a waitress, and I'm like, who are you to say this to me? And like, I was just so uncomfortable, and I just told her, I'm like, no, why do you ask? And she's like, well, if you need to talk to me, I'm here. And like, I just wanted to eat a hamburger. I didn't want to talk about my problems. I talk about my problems to my professionally trained therapist, not a waitress. If you want to listen to people's problems, become a bartender or go to school for social work. Don't be prodding into people's lives when they just want to order a burger. So yeah, ever since then, I've been kind of like nervous around waitresses. Like, I'm scared that I'm gonna have to talk to them, or that they're gonna like judge me or ask me questions. And I'm like scarred for life, yo. Waitresses. Fucking terrifying. Which brings me to the next stereotypical female role that terrifies me are nurses. Okay, like, I read a lot of true crime, and like nurses like kill people on purpose. Like angels of death. Like, they poison people, they give them too much medicine, they give them the wrong medicine, and it's all because they want to make something wrong happen, make it better, and then look like they're some kind of like hero, or they feel like they should put people out of their misery and have like a god complex. Anyways, nurses, I don't trust them. I just don't. Like, when a loved one is in the hospital, like, I have to be there like the whole time. I have to be in the same room. I have to know everything that they're given. I have to see their food. I'm like paranoid. I don't trust nurses. Let's see what else. I have a fear that like I have a split personality, or I have memory loss or something, where like part of me is like the psycho person who goes out at night and does incredibly horrible things and commits crimes, and then like I come home and I go to sleep and I wake up and I have no recollection of it, which is highly unlikely because like when I wake up covered in blood or something, when I have less gas in the car, uh like, I don't know, it's just, I guess it's more like a fear of losing control of myself, I guess. Which isn't so irrational, because a lot of people probably feel that way. I don't know. I'm afraid that when I put air in the tires that they're gonna like pop in my face and it's gonna hurt, and that my eyeballs are gonna go boo. I also have fears that my eye is gonna like fall out of my face. Um Sorry if this is scaring anybody. Um Ever since I was a child, I've been afraid that a snake is gonna come up the toilet or come up the shower drain. And I still think that every time I look down the drain in the shower, or I unplug the thing from the drain, I'm like, what if something comes up the drain? I don't know. Oh. And the other thing was, I'm afraid of like sneezing while driving, because when I sneeze, like, I have to close my eyes. Achoo, achoo. And I'm afraid that in the car, like, I'm gonna sneeze and somehow end up like in an accident, or like sneeze and end up in a rollover in just a split second. Like, sneezing will like um, there was one more thing. Oh, it's really bad. One time I was in McDonald's and I was eating McDonald's breakfast and I started choking, and all I could think was like, oh my god, this fat fuck is gonna choke to death and die in McDonald's, and everyone on the internet is gonna like talk about me and make memes, and like that'd be like the worst thing in the world to be like overweight and choke to death inside a McDonald's and remembered as the fat chick who choked to death in McDonald's. That would be like really awful. Okay, anyways, speaking of fatness, whoops, plumptuousness, I have went vegetarian for probably the past 3-4 weeks, and in that time span, I have lost 7 pounds. 7 pounds! So, go me! So yeah, those are my fears that I have. I'll probably make a video of my more less silly, legitimate fears, but these are fears that I have. If you can think of anything kind of quirky about you that you're afraid of or you don't like, or just some weird fear that you have, please feel free to share so that I can feel more normal. Anyways, I hope that you all have a great day. Thanks for watching, and I'm back to my normal Robin Chelsea person self. Okay, bye.